Hi everybody, hi, how are you all feeling today? A little bit grey today, but also some really nice positive news in the out there as well, which is really great. So I am at my local golf course, so let me see if I can turn it around and show you where I am today. Let me do that. So yeah, really lovely. They've set out the footpath quite clearly, so I think there's quite a few people actually covering some ground here, so just want to make sure that those people stay on the footpath. Yeah, and so we're here today, which is really beautiful. I think they're working hard on the ground so that it's all good for when the golfers come back. So nice to see you with us. We'll just wait while a few more people come on board. I thought I was a little bit late actually, but I think I'm on time, so that's good, which is quite unlike me, those of you that know me well. So today what I'd like to do is more of a I suppose a boot camp style stride session with you. So we're just going to incorporate some of the exercises that you could have focused on in on the session on Friday, and then also get some stride rates in there as well. We've just talked about your the rates, effort rates that you make during stride last week, but we'll cover these again too. Okay, so I'm just going to cover my tracks and cover some of the footpath along here and start warming up. Yeah, so just as usual, comment to me and then I know that you've joined. Really nice to see when you've joined me and to get that feedback. Always seems a little strange striding on my own, but I'm hoping that there'll be more and more of you joining me, and yeah, as time goes by. Okay, so we're just going to be warming up first of all. Just if we think about of your warm-up rates, a certain number out of 10, so these are your effort rates as you're striding. So you are rolling through the feet, pushing off the toes, and you're thinking about just putting in an effort of about 6 or 7 out of 10 to warm up with. And then we'll talk about your stronger effort rates within the main module of the group. I'm going to say hi to some people on a session. Oh, you're right. Nice to see you. Okay, so nice and long through that spine now, rolling through the feet, pushing off the toes, getting up to your effort rate of around about 6 or 7. Who's with me today? Can you say hellos please for me so that I know you're with me? I know I've got a few watching, so that's good. So we're just warming up for the moment, just mobilising those joints, warming up the muscles. Cannot believe how much colder it was yesterday, quite amazing, and unexpected sunshine today as well, which is always good. So just starting to warm up. Effort rate of about 6 or 7 out of 10. Claire, you're watching, lovely to see you. Nice to see you. Some of you may recognise, oh, so I'm covering up the screen there, some recognise some of the footpath that I'm taking you down on the golf course, local golf course here. So we're just warming up for the moment. Effort rate of about 6 or 7 out of 10. So gently lengthening up through that spine, gently pushing off those toes. So remembering as you lengthen up through the spine, lengthening that neck, the shoulder blades drop down the back. Hopefully you can still hear me. We've got a few workmen here on the golf course making it all good. So effort rate of 6 out of, definitely getting up to your 7 now. Definitely getting up to your 7 now. Just thought I'd show you some of the scenery for some of you that are maybe watching from home. Trying to keep it steady there. Okay, taking those arms back a little further, taking those elbows back. Really fell down a hole then. You could see that, I'm sure, on the film. Okay, moving those arms a little quicker. Just allowing that breath to flow. Over the little brook here. some of you may not have been on this golf course, actually on this footpath, so it's probably quite interesting to watch. Okay, just allowing that breath to come and go. As you lengthen up through that spine, remember gently, you'll feel that cylinder switching on a little more. Supporting you, feeling that strength in those muscles is only going to make you feel better. Rolling through, pushing off those toes. So just warming up. The workmen are going to think I'm crazy because I'm just going to walk backwards and forwards on here today because it's nice and quiet. But that gives them something to talk about. Okay, so pushing off those toes, moving those arms now a little quicker, getting up to your rate of 8. And just perhaps moving towards somewhere where in a few minutes' time we can do some stretches. Hi Patricia, lovely to see you. Not that I can see you, but you know what I mean. Lovely that you've joined us. It's nice for me not to watch her for golf balls today, so that's good. So we're just getting up to that rate of 8. We're going to get on that rate of 8 for a little while, but then we're going to slow up and stretch. Okay. That breath flowing. Does it feel good to get out? Because it was freezing yesterday. I think so many people have cleared cupboards out. Everywhere's going to be spick and span. And then heading towards now, start thinking about where you can stop shortly to do some stretches before we go into the main part of the programme today, which are those strengthening exercises. Okay, rolling through the feet, pushing off the toes. We were just saying earlier on, it's quite nice to get some good news this morning, some more positive news about what's going on, so that's kind of good. Allowing that breath to flow. But this is your moment now, your time to escape. Just thinking about you. So remembering your head placement, keeping your vision in the distance, in the horizon. And not looking at the floor where you connect with your feelings, or looking up where you connect with your memories, keeping it in the horizon or your peripheral. Okay, and then coming to a point where you can do some stretches. I'm just going to go around to a quieter part here. We just got some of the machinery going on so that you can hear me okay. Just give me a few seconds just to get to a place where it's a little bit quieter, where you'll be able to hear me. Yeah. Doing a live session for walking. Just being asked what I'm doing. Okay, just coming up to a quieter area to do these exercises. Now I'm wondering if I can actually set up so you can see me on this wood here. Let's see. Hi Steph, lovely that you've joined us. Okay, let's see what you can. Right, so feet hip distance apart. Let's get some stretches in. Sorry, this is really wobbly. No, that's not going to work at all. Right, let's go back to me just talking. Okay, so feet hip distance apart. Nice and long through that spine. So you're just standing now to do your stretches. Feet hip distance apart, nice and long through the spine. Okay, just allowing that breath to flow. Your head should feel centrally balanced, or your feet are hip distance apart. Soft knees. Lengthen the back of the neck. Allowing that breath to just flow, to just come and go. Okay, then slowly taking the chin down towards your chest and then rolling down the spine, vertebra by vertebra. I'm going all the way down. Your fingertips are all on your thighs, taking your fingertips all the way down the legs into ragdoll stretch. Okay, so that you're just hanging there, and I'm hanging. So you'll feel the stretch in the back of your legs. This is a funny way to do a live session. Stretching the back of the legs, pressing through the toes.
We're going to have to stop leading like this, you know.
So pressing through the toes, lengthening the back of the legs. Okay, allowing that breath to flow. Taking a deep breath in, and as you let the air go, you'll feel that you gently adjust, maybe dropping out the hips a little more. It's the weight of your head, your arms, your shoulders that lengthen the spine. Feeling that stretch down the spine and through the back of the legs. Okay, and then when you're ready, switching the stomach muscles on and slowly rolling up to the top. Okay, and now we'll just go straight into the rotation, the spine rotation. So taking the hands together into prayer position, your thumb, the heels of the hands are pressing together. So taking the hands into prayer position, the heel of the hands are pressing together, the elbows are working down the back. No, they're not. What am I talking about? The elbows are working down towards the floor. Don't know quite how that would work. Otherwise, your elbows are working down towards the floor, and so are the shoulder blades. Okay, and then you're thinking about, whilst keeping the hips nicely facing forward, you're thinking about rotating through the vertebra one by one from the base of the spine all the way through to the top, to take a rotation through the spine all the way up through to the crown of your head. Okay, sorry, to the top of your neck, and so that your head rotates. So you have a full spine rotation. Be careful that you're not leaning outwards or twisting at all. That rotation goes all the way through the spine, all the way through to the top. That breath is flowing. Just think about widening the shoulders, broadening the shoulders. That opens the back of the chest, the front of the chest. That breath is flowing. Okay, and then when you're ready, slowly rotating back to the front and then round to the other side. So nice and slowly rotating round to the other side, vertebra by vertebra, all the way up the spine to the top. Okay, the last to rotate is the head. Feeling that stretch all the way through the spine. Okay, working the shoulder blades down the back, that breath flowing. Okay, and then slowly rotating now back to the front. Then taking your hands into the small of your back. So just making sure that you've got those soft knees still, that length through that spine. You just take the hands onto the small of your back and then rotating through the shoulder cuff now to take the hands away from your bottom. That gives a really nice stretch through the chest. Okay, feeling that stretch in the chest. Preparing yourself to do a good boot camp style stride. That's the way we're heading towards. Okay, and then taking a deep breath in and then releasing the air and rotating through the shoulder cuff. Okay. A little further, progressing that stretch. Remembering you're letting go to allow the stretch to progress rather than making it happen. Okay, and then releasing those hands. Okay, and then we're ready for that stride again. Just picking my gloves up. I needed my gloves today. It felt really chilly. Okay, so rolling through the feet, pushing off the toes. Taking the elbows back. Let me show you some scenery now. Taking the elbows back, moving those arms nice and quickly, getting up to your rate of 8 again. I'm on auto, checking for golf balls coming towards me as I go across the golf course. Okay, taking the elbows back, lengthen through the spine. That cylinder naturally switches on. Very quickly up to your rate of 8. Hi Natalie, hi, how are you? Nice to see you watching. Hope you're out and about. Okay, that breath is flowing nice and strong through those toes spreading out. Taking the elbows back, lifting out of the pelvis. Getting that straighter leg at the knee. Allowing that rotation in the spine. Remember, there should be that rotation in the spine. That breath flowing. Taking that breath all the way down to your feet. That means they're kind of relaxing the stomach to allow that breath to come and go. You can start visualising that ribbon, that breath, that golden breath of air drawing in and then releasing a longer ribbon of breath, silver breath, as that breath is released from the body. Nicely rolling through the feet, pushing off the toes. Nice strong rate of 8. So I want you to head towards a place where you can do your first exercise. We're going to do a squat, some squats, or you can carry on walking, whatever you feel comfortable in doing. So remember, for the squat, your feet are hip distance apart. Okay, the weight of you is actually more on your heels. Your knees are not going past your toes. That's the safe part of this. You're constantly using the cylinder nice and strong and using that yoga principle of raising that heart center. So hopefully now you've got to a place where you can do some squats, or you may decide to carry on walking. So feet hip distance apart. The weight of your upper body weight is on your heels. Okay, and then you bend through your knees and through your hips to take, and maybe extend your hands in front of you as if you're sitting down on a seat, and then you're squeezing all the way up to the top, making sure that your body is nicely in alignment when you come to the top. Okay, that chest is elevated, heart center raised to the sun, and you're doing those squats. Okay, so lowering into that seated position, then squeezing up to the top. The slower the better. Okay, keeping those knees behind the toes as you lower. Your weight of you is on the heels. Okay, for another 3. Slowly come up to the top. As if you're working in the treacle, that works best. Nice and strong. Okay, 2. Okay, and then 1. Going down to the bottom. Okay, and then you're holding it there, keeping it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeezing it up again. Okay, shaking off those legs. And then straight back into that stride again. So rolling through the feet, pushing off the toes, getting into your stride rate of 8 out of 10. That's when you're in your best cardio outputs. Conditioning nicely there from a cardio point of view. Rolling through the feet, pushing off the toes. Nice and strong with the arm movement through your toes. That rotation through the hips. Up to that effort rate of 8 out of 10. Okay, so we're going to get into a 9 out of 10. So remember, this is a shorter distance to cover in that effort rate of 9 out of 10. So starting to move those arms a little quicker, pushing off those toes. Allow that breath to flow, that ribbon breathing, nice and strong. Moving those arms a little quicker, making sure that your shoulders stay away from your ears as you're working a little harder. That rotation is happening through the hips, that straighter leg at the knee, pushing off nice and strong through the toes. Morning. Okay, nice and strong. Keeping it going for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowing up into that recovery of 7 out of 10. How's that for you, Natalie? Have you joined us before and your name just hasn't popped up? Hope you're enjoying it. It's nice to see that you're here, that you're joining Stride again. Or maybe you're just preparing for next time we go out. Okay, so we're going to do another exercise. So we're going to strengthen the calves and the feet, all good for working harder in your stride, getting more out of it. And we're just going to do some heel raises. So you're just standing maybe with your hands on your hips, or your hands perhaps on a tree or on a wall or something like that. And then you're just going to roll through the feet, and then so roll through the feet so that you become onto your toes, lifting up through the feet, through the calves, and then rolling back down again with your feet flat on the floor, then rolling up through the feet, coming up onto the balls of your feet, pushing off those toes, and then rolling down, all the way down. Okay, a few more here. Rolling up through the feet to the toes, those toes spreading out, and then rolling back down again to feet flat on the floor. Rolling up. Okay, and then rolling down. If you like to, at this point, you can take your hands in front of you so that you start training your shoulders. It's as if it will probably look quite ballet style, quite plie style maybe. Sorry, Lisa, I know that me not being a dancer, this isn't quite right, but taking your hands in front of you so that your elbows are slightly higher than your shoulders while you're doing these calf raises, working the shoulder blades down the back, and you're going to be working those shoulders as well. So those hands in front of you, working the shoulder blades down the back, rolling up through those feet up to the toes. 2 more. Okay, last one here, and then we'll set off again. Okay, back up to our rate of 8, rolling through the feet, pushing off those toes, taking those elbows back, that breath flowing. Moving those arms a little quicker to make sure that you're in your rate of 8. Remember, your rate of 8 should be outside of your comfort zone. Your breath should feel a little ragged, just about able to make conversation. Although most of us, I'm hoping, will be on their own doing this, getting your escape time, rolling through the feet, pushing off the toes. After the next exercise, I'd really like it if you give me some feedback on how you're doing, how it feels, how it's coming across the exercises. I know it's difficult to do when you're just hearing me, but hopefully you'll remember the exercises from your sessions, or you can review back on the session that I did on Friday, covering the exercises that we'll do in the Stride session. So please go back to that live session. Nice and strong with the arm movement. Now we're going to go into that rate of 8. So taking that effort up a little more by moving those arms quicker, allowing the rotation through the spine, that breath to flow, that straighter leg at the knee. Holding it there for another 5, taking it up a little too if you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then ready for another set of exercises. So here we're going to do your arms. So we're going to raise the arms so that the arms are straight in front of you with the elbows slightly higher than the shoulders. Okay, that works your shoulders really well and also relieves any neck tension that you have as well. And you're just going to circle those hands. Circle the hands so that you're getting wrist rotations. Okay, and then back the other way. Okay, and then bending the arms here, keeping the elbows higher than the shoulders, and then you're squeezing the elbows to the front, squeezing the arms together so that you're doing I think it's called a shoulder press in the gym. I can't remember. It's been that long. So you're bringing those those elbows together in front of you, if that makes sense. So the start position is you looking like a cactus with your arms raised either side of you, and then you're bringing them to the centre. Hi, Julie. Good to see you. To the centre. Obviously, I can only do one arm because I've got my phone in the other, filming, squeezing those arms together nice and slowly, getting that full range of movement as you squeeze a lemon or a tennis ball between the shoulder blades. Okay, doing another couple here. And then on the last one, you're bringing the arms together in front of you, and then you're pulsing, squeezing those arms upwards to create more strength in the arms. Okay, so you're squeezing the arms upwards. I'm just showing you one arm here, but both your arms will be pressing together, your forearms will be pressing together, your hands will be pressing together as you pulse upwards. Okay, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then we shall go off again on our stride, getting up to that rate of 8, that breath flowing. Nice. Please do give me some feedback. How is it working for you? Where are you? Where are you striding today? Are you in your local streets? Or have you gone to the park? Are you on the coast somewhere? Where are you today? Steph, you're really enjoying it. Oh, you like the chest presses? Good, that's what they're called, is it? I can't remember from my gym days. And you're loving the exercise, Patricia. Brilliant. Okay, pushing off the toes. Thank you. Great to get your feedback. Okay, so we're going to go into that rate of 9. Rolling through the feet, pushing off the toes. Nice, strong. Remember, your rates of 9 really do alleviate stress. You're in the garden, Claire, and you're puffing away. Good. Glad you're working hard. That's what it's all about. Nice, strong rate of 9. That rotation through the hips. So it's really good stress relief, this. It's going to get rid of all those stress hormones that are creating havoc in your body at the moment, in your head. Making that monkey brain chatter away. So this is your detachment time. Steph, you're here in sunny Wiltshire, yes. In not so sunny Wiltshire, so I misread that. Okay, pressing through those toes. Keep it going on that rate of 9 for another 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then your next exercise. Okay, so you're going to take your head. Oh, found a little tree that I can perch my phone on. Good stuff. You're going to take your hands behind your head here. Okay, so you're in good posture, standing in good posture, feet hip distance apart, taking your hands behind your head, your knees are nice and soft, you're lifting out of the hips, shoulder blades are working down the back. You're pressing the head into the hands. There's no movement here because your hands are resisting your head. You're creating that tension as you press the head into the hands, focusing on that ribbon style breathing. Okay, pushing a little harder now, working the muscles between your shoulder blades, working the shoulders down the back, pressing a little harder now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. And then releasing the arms and rolling the shoulders. Who's it saying? Much easier now, Steph, that you've learnt the exercises. Brilliant. Yes, brilliant. Okay, so just going to go off again on our stride. We've done our last rate of 9, you'll be pleased to know. Just going to go into that rate of 7. Okay, effort rate of 7. So just lifting through the spine, head centrally balanced, shoulder blades drawing down the back. You're going to have noticed those muscles in your upper back, supporting your head placement now. Taking the elbows back, noticing the muscles in the arms that have worked a little more. Also the muscles in the legs after those squats. Though you've been working hard, you've also been really good to yourself as well by getting yourself out, away from everything, feeling a little stronger, improving that resilience. Okay, pressing over those toes, noticing how your feet are more active. Bring about some strength in your feet there. Also, how your cylinder has worked, has engaged. And that really does give you that strength of mind as well. Okay, so and then you're taking it down to a rate of 6. Still keeping your stride technique strong. Remember though, in your cylinder. Hi Lottie, hi Yulan. Hope you've enjoyed the session. Taking it down to a rate of 6, so 6 out of 10 your effort rate for your cardio output. Just bringing that breath down a little, slowing that breath down, starting to cool down. So still gently taking those arms back, pressing through the toes, really noticing coming up and over your feet by showing the soles of your shoes behind you as you're walking. I hope you've enjoyed the scenery, those of you that perhaps are watching at home, because it is really quite beautiful here. Noticing perhaps how your body rhythms have changed. And then starting to cool down. Okay, just start, think about coming to a point where you can do your stretches. Thanks.
We'll see what happens.
Coming to a point where you can do your stretches. I'm just going to a quieter area. I think the birds have been the noisiest here. And then we'll just do our usual stride stretches all together. So those are your calf stretches, your front of your thigh stretch, and then some neck stretches. Okay, so just coming to a point where it's right for you to stretch. So easiest if you have something to hold on to. You can do these without, but easiest if you have got something to hold on to. So grab a nearby tree. You can't really grab a nearby person, can you, at the moment? That wouldn't be very good. Okay, so your hands on the tree for that stability and to push back with. Take a big step back with one of your legs, your feet. So your body should be in a nice straight line from your head, shoulder, hip, knee and ankle. Pressing that heel into the floor. Pressing that heel into the floor, feeling that stretch in your calf. Okay, pressing a little harder. Focusing on that breath, just coming and going. Okay. And then softening the knees, standing up tall, swapping over legs and swapping over legs, taking another big step back with the other foot. Your heel is pushing into the floor, your hands are pushing against a post or a tree, pressing the heel into the floor. Nice straight line from your head, shoulder, hip, knee and ankle. A nice plank position that is. Your elbows are soft. Getting a good stretch in that calf. That breath flowing. Okay, and then Standing up tall, and then taking one foot into your bottom, the other hand maybe holding onto a post. Taking the foot into your bottom, you're going to feel the stretch in the front of your thigh now. Keeping your knees together as reasonably possible. The leg that you're standing on, that knee is soft. That bottom is tucked under. The spine is long. Shoulder blades dropping down the back. And then you tuck the bottom under and push the hips forward. Tucking under and hips forward. Okay, and then you are swapping over legs. So dropping that leg, picking the other one up. Taking your foot into your bottom. The leg that you're standing on, that knee's nice and soft. Okay, then you're taking, you are tucking that bottom under and pushing the hips forward. Tucking under and hips forward. Okay, and then dropping that leg. And then standing up nice and tall again, lifting out of the hips, feet hip distance apart, soft knees, lengthen through that spine. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. Softening the hands, softening the feet. Allowing that breath to flow. And then you're taking one ear down to your shoulder. Allow the head to hang. Allow that head to hang. Just notice those changes in the body. Breath flowing. Noticing perhaps that stillness of mind. That breath is just flowing there. And then slowly walking back to home, or I don't know, the seat in the garden, just to chill out for a few moments. So I hope that was all good for you guys. I enjoyed being over here on the golf course. I think I worried the workmen though. I think they thought I was filming their work to see if they were doing it properly. But yeah, please just give me some feedback today, how that was for you, and any particular part that you enjoyed. I think it was nice to get some more exercises in today. And yeah, I will be back for another Stride Live. But that's brilliant, Steph. Please, you enjoyed it. I'll be back for another Stride Live, a walking one on Thursday. On Wednesday, we're hoping that Lisa can do a seated one session for our TLCs, so perhaps our seniors and those with more, perhaps limited movement. But actually everybody can do it, so if you're working from home and you just wanted to do the exercises with Lisa, you just need perhaps a couple of cans of baked beans and a cushion as well, and you'll enjoy that session too. She's brilliant, so you'll really love it. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you on Thursday. Okay, so yeah, give me your feedback. Always nice to know what you think, to know that you're out there, I'm not alone, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks, bye.